You're listening to a Loot Dummies podcast, lootdummies.com. Venture into the Primal lands with your hosts, Brindlin Cornephius, the fox and wizard of enchantment, and his trusty little mouse sidekick, Laurel, played by Sam.
Friendlin Cornephius, but my friends call me Freddy. If you don't mind, I'd love to give you and your patrons here a little show.
And Phineas the Ferocious, the tiger folk barbarian, hailing from deep within the Jade Mist rainforest, played by Seth.
My name's Phineas. He knows how to kill people every way you can kill them, but he has no idea what anybody's talking about half the time.
And finally, your host and dungeon master, Taylor.
Drop's dead! Sorry.
What?
Drop's dead is what he said.
Oh, Drop is
Sorry.
dead. That's perfect. Welcome everybody to the Primal lands. Drop is dead, and we'll get to more of what happened in a minute. But I am your dungeon master, Taylor, joined by Seth, Sam,
Hallelujah.
and our returning very special guest who has an awesome podcast of his own called We Open With that you should check out. That's really cool. Alan.
None of us are humans tonight, as you can tell.
I was just trying to meet the theme.
You technically are not humans. You are all some sort of animal folk. So I
Yeah.
think we're getting into character already.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
Well, speaking of Drop being dead, I think some other stuff happened last session. And Sam, would you do the honors for us?
Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah, okay, I got notes. I keep notes too. Let's do this. I got this.
No, not those honors. Just
Oh,
Go
just
do the song.
just call it in. Okay. All right.
yeah. Sorry to
You're
burst the bubble
asking
there.
for recap?
Wow, that is a lot of pressure.
Perfect.
A lot of pressure. Yeah. So previous session took up a lot of pages.
Hold on. How many pages of notes do you have for the previous session? I want you to count them.
5.5.
Wow,
Okay.
really?
Okay. That's approximately 5.5 times the number of pages I have.
I have like
The whole
3
campaign.
sentences.
Yeah. No. Just from last session. I have 5 sentences from last session.
Oh, damn.
Well, before Seth does his, for continuity's sake, let's hear your notes. I want to hear them verbatim, how they're written.
Oh no. Okay. We leave Hollow Pine on the road. A sending stone tells us to return to the bog immediately, all caps. We turn straight south, ambushed at night by the twig blights. We kill the twigs. The next day, Drop gets assassinated by a poison arrow with an anti-bog message. I don't have written down what the anti-bog message is, by the way.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
summary, man. That's all I need. I just need a summary, but I don't remember what the message was. So I'm hoping Seth has that written down.
Seth, hit it.
Wow. In the previous session, we find the party on the 9th of Tor at 6 a.m. Geldris and Cecil wake up to tea. Drop, the grung soldier, gathers us up, and we follow him to the wagons so we can head out. Drop drives with Freddy inside. Cecil is also inside the wagon at this point, and Finn is on top as we leave Hollow Pine behind. We're heading south, and after traveling for about an hour, we hear a faint buzzing coming from the inside of the cart. It is a stone that transmits a message. The message says, "All soldiers and conscripts, return to the bog immediately. Ignore all other orders and increase travel speed by order of Chief Ganoof." Drop makes a plan to drive in shifts, minus Cecil because he's a fucking criminal, to get to the bog in 6 days' time. Freddy and Phineas assume control of the wagon as Drop lays down to rest. We see some ruins of ancient structures around us as the sounds of a forest grow quiet. There is a tower in the distance with busted granite steps overtaken by vines. We hear a twig snap, but fail to perceive any danger as a 20-foot vine growth erupts around us and attacks the cart. Rolling for initiative, we are able to battle the vines off of us, but the horses and cart are immobilized as a vine creature lashes out at Freddy. Finn rages and leaps down to deliver a crushing blow to the creature. Freddy burns the vine and damages the creature as Cecil awakens inside the cart and casts Bless on the party. Cecil gets brutally assaulted by the vine creature, a la Mr. Fantastic, as Cecil is prepared for blood as additional creatures reveal themselves and launch needles into Freddy and Cecil, dealing massive damage to both of them. Finn keeps swinging as Freddy magic missiles the new twig creatures. Cecil calls upon his spiritual frying pan and retreats inside the wagon. The twigs are getting buffed by something, as Finn takes some serious needling and Freddy is on the cart. He also gets needled. Freddy and Cecil are badly hurt on and in the cart. Freddy tries to risk a burning hands on the vine creature, but the result is not fortuitous, as Freddy or Cecil are both in the car with Drop, and Drop's pitiful self finally begins to stir. Cecil heals himself a little bit as Drop whiffs and takes a needle to the face. Finn destroys the creature and the twigs dissipate. Finn angrily confronts Drop, but quickly hops on the cart and falls asleep on top. Drop continues the driving at this point as him and Cecil conversate about Ganoof. Drop praises the great Ganoof as Cecil sows dissent. What the fuck does that mean? I don't remember. We end cinematically winding through the forest as Drop deftly handles the reins. A silent black-fletched arrow pierces his throat and he falls dead into the cart. Poison is his dying word. Cecil decides not to save him in a brief fateful moment. Freddy does not perceive Cecil's action and is unable to save Drop. Freddy finds a piece of parchment that shows the symbol of the bog cut below the tree line. Finn honors the Grung as a warrior with a solemn word. And that's all I have.
That's awesome. So you guys are standing around the now dead body of Drop. You are alone in the woods. It's dark.
Yeah, I have us around 2 a.m. on the 10th of Tor.
Oh,
Yeah.
his body's just lying there, right?
Yep, Drop is laying
Loot
dead.
that body! Loot that body! Loot that body, yeah!
Loot that body now.
Our fans will get it. Y'all don't understand Perception Check by Tom Cardy.
I do.
You did. Alan got it. Alan, you're my friend.
I
know.
sent you that video originally.
I want to be your friend. I've known you for 37 years.
Nah,
I
your
can't be
family.
your
You don't
friend.
get to be friends.
How many versions
Damn
of
it.
Tom Cardy Perception Check videos do you want me to send you, you saucy motherfucker?
Well, y'all didn't get the reference, and Alan did. So,
I was
anyways,
notating.
I would like to loot his body in all in all seriousness. I'll be like, oh, what a shame, and I'll be like, let's see if he has any other wounds, and kind of start opening his clothes up.
It's kind of quick to jump to that when there's somebody out here shooting poison arrows.
Oh shit! I didn't even really think about that part. Yeah, we should probably like secure the area. You're right. You're right. Actually, yeah, I'll cast. I need to get some light up. It's dark out here, right?
Yeah.
What did the piece of
Wait a
parchment say?
I don't have a light spell.
The parchment was just an image. It was the insignia for the bog, which is a large tree coming up out of some waves, and it just had a red line through the tree trunk, and the canopy of the tree was missing from the image.
Okay, so my note was complete. Sam made me
Yes.
feel like I missed something.
You had sent us the bog's normal thing a while back.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
I laid a torch.
do you not have light either? I don't have the light cantrip. I thought I would.
I don't.
That's fine.
I can make a floating frying pan, but that's not really helpful right now.
Not helpful.
All right, so tell me what you guys are doing in this moment. You're standing around Drop's body. All three have come out of the cart, and what's your next move?
I'd like to try to figure out if we can figure out where it came from.
Yeah, if we can survey the area.
Yeah, why don't y'all give me, you can do perception or maybe survival checks. See if you see any signs of anything.
Survival.
I'm trying to stay low. That's a natural 20. And we're back, baby.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Got a natural 19 with no modifiers.
I don't have a modifier for either of these. We're just gonna go with what Cecil got.
Okay, Cecil with the natural 20. You can tell just from the angle of Durop's body, the way he's landed, and all of that, that the arrow came from the northeast, which would be over here somewhere. And I'm going to tell you with the natural 20, you are confident that you do not see the attacker or where he even might have gone to. I'll even give you a chance to kind of survey the area a little bit more, walk around, look for tracks. There are no tracks. There's no evidence of wherever this assassin went. And I will remind you that the poison on the tipped arrow was a very, very strong poison. You guys didn't know exactly what it was with your check, but above the table, it was like a purple worm toxin, which is one of the most
Just instant damage.
potent
Holy crap.
poisons in D&D. So definitely a professional assassination type hit on poor Durop here. Brings us to kind of an interesting spot. You guys are alone in the woods with this cart. You've got essentially everything in the cart at your disposal. Freddie and Finn are both enlisted soldiers, although you're recruits of the Bog Army headed towards the Bog. You've just received this message from a sending stone, and you've got Cecil, who is technically a prisoner, who is supposed to be brought back to the Bog. Lots of stuff to think about and talk about.
So, as far as I can tell, whoever did this is long gone, but this was not a stray arrow. Dude, this was intended for very specific assassination.
Yes, and the fact that they left all of us alive is most peculiar indeed.
Probably because we're not grub. What are they called again?
Grungs.
Frog people. Probably because we're not grub.
No, that's in character. Probably because we're not frog people. That's great. Oh man. Yes, but they'd have to know that we'll report this one way or another, or assumed we would. So something tells me that might actually be their intention, trying to send a message. And the message is quite clear. And I hold up the little piece of paper with the destroyed tree.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a similar mission in mind, but it would be because of a lot less violence. I think we could get to a similar outcome with food and friendship and fellowship.
Sometimes those that would be our allies end up becoming the greatest threat to our cause.
You guys have causes?
Yes. Don't you believe in anything?
Well, right now my cause is figuring out what is here, and I'm going to start looting Durop.
I believe in me and my pick.
Right. So, a little bit of like a self-importance. That's not bad. I think it's important to be self-reliant. We only get this one life,
Yes.
So true, so true. Kicks Drop a little with his foot.
Oh no!
Phineas is not
Oh yeah, we're gonna have
showing
to bury
it,
this guy.
but as he considers himself a highly tuned combat machine, he's a little thrown off by the fact that an arrow could be fired in the dark and drop while weak and pitiful warrior, a warrior nonetheless, without him realizing where the would-be attacker had come from and what he could have done to stop it had he been the one to receive the arrow. So he's a little perturbed in this moment, not frustrated or stressed or afraid, but more just contemplating what that means in this new world he's now experiencing outside of the Jade Forest.
That's awesome. And I'll give you one other thing too, Seth, since you had a really high roll on your check, is that you with your battle tested background, you feel like whatever the threat was is definitely gone. Like you do feel safe in this moment, just in this spot, just since your check was so high.
Okay. Yeah. There's no real fear, more of a realization that there are creatures out there, beings, people, whatever it may be, that are capable of these nighttime assassinations that even he may have succumbed to had he been the recipient of the arrow. He's just very, very pensive right now. He's not saying a whole lot. He's just kind of watching watching these two little critters bother with this body on the ground and just kind of observing the night.
Freddie, as you search Drop's body, you bend down and kind of start going through his things. On his body, you find 40 gold pieces in a little sack tied to his belt.
All right.
You find his map, which I'm going to drop in Discord. So the map, you've seen it a few times, but just looking over his shoulder. But you find his map in his pocket, and you also find a envelope with a very fine parchment, and it's got a wax stamp that has already been opened, but
Good.
you can tell that the letter is still in there, and it's the symbol of the bog on the wax stamp.
I open it.
Okay. If you open the letter, this is what you find. You find written in a fine ink this letter. So I just dropped it in the Dissy.
I'm going to read it.
Do you read it out loud or you read it to yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to say, Piers, we have a letter here. Let's see. By order of the High Marshal, recruitment quotas are to be doubled, effective immediately. This is not a recommendation. Able bodies are to be accepted with fewer restrictions than prior campaigns. Archers, engineers, marsh guides, and any familiar with eastern crossings are to be prioritized. Expedite contracts. Offer advanced coin if necessary. I look at Phineas. Did we get any advanced coin when we joined on? Did we get a bonus?
No,
We just got our first payment, right?
Yeah.
Should have driven
look,
a
Phineas
harder bargain.
Damn it, we should.
That's an important thing to bring up. You have not received your first payment. It's a monthly payment, so it's due at the end of the month.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
My God, these guys suck. Okay. Watch posts along the eastern approaches have failed to respond to signal. We do not yet know the nature of what gathers beyond our reaches. Until further notice, assume readiness levels are to remain elevated. Strength is our surest deterrent. The armor must grow quickly. Reinforcements from the interior will take time. We must rely on our own expansion to secure the borders. This correspondence is not to be displayed publicly. Hold the marsh. Signed, Marshal Egrith, Armor of the Bog. Well, gentlemen, it appears we're not part of a regular recruitment, but something a little bit more urgent than we were made to believe. And by gentlemen, I mean Phineas. Cecil, you're a prisoner. We understand.
No, yes, yeah. I mean, you can't always trust what the folks at the bog tell you. I swear. I mean, that sounds like it's a lot bigger than the shearing going on right now. You know?
The shearing?
Yeah.
Did I
Like
forget
this
something?
is that sounds like there's some kind of outside force, not just the shearing causing trouble inside.
I don't know what the shearing is. Should I know what the shearing is? Has it been too long since we played?
No, I don't think. Considering I just learned about it, no, I don't think you knew about it before. Yeah, the shearing. It's just it's a group of rascals just doing typically okay. I mean, they're kind of the reason that I was imprisoned.
Wait,
Yeah, I was doing
are
my
they the
church
ones that were
services and-
responsible for assassinating Drop?
Oh, now that you say it out
Is
loud,
this their symbol? And I hold up the little paper.
now that you say it, I'm looking at that symbol, and that does, I think, ring a bell of what their symbol looks like.
So you're saying that you're already part of
Whoa,
whatever
no.
this is.
I'm not. No. Wrongly accused is what happened. Wrongly accused, showing dissent.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I was actually hoping you could enlighten us on this shearing and shed a little light on what it is their mission is.
Freddie, give me an insight check on your traveling partner here.
Oh, Ocho.
8. Okay. All right, continue.
The shearing people are, they believe to, how you might shear a tree or, separate the upper from the lower, bring them to call, all that fun stuff. Stuff that I'm not particularly, against in a socioeconomic kind of discussion, but the way they do it, pokes Drop with the foot again. It's not exactly civil.
Ah, I see.
So Finn steps up and says, Just to be clear, you're speaking of a clandestine organization that has a problem with the bog hierarchy, and they focus themselves on sowing dissent amongst the masses in an effort to topple the regime.
Sweet Cedar, you've been studying.
And then Finn just kind of like farts and scratches his armpit and goes back to looking into the night.
That was incredible.
Here I thought all my lectures weren't sticking.
As they say, methods make it the man.
Method Man. Favorite Wu-Tang member.
Did he have anything else on him?
Yeah, as you continue to search him, you do find his map, which I'm dropping in the Dissy right now.
Diss me.
Wait, did we find the money box, the bank?
We haven't even searched the rest of the trailer yet. We found
Okay.
40 gold on Drop in a coin bag. And I just pocketed that. I didn't think you guys wanted any.
Finn has secretly been assuming that Drop is hiding food from him this entire time. So Finn crawls into the cart, which he's never been inside of before, and begins looking for the hidden food.
Amazing.
Okay, yeah, you can search the cart. I will tell you what you find. I'm not going to make you
While
guys
he's
make
searching the cart, I just want to tell the podcast listeners that this map is the map that Taylor has showed us of the Primal Lands, made in Incarnate, very fancy and whatnot. But it has little handwritten notes on it that I assume are drops. And on the bog, it says "Home Sweet Home" with a big star.
Oh,
Too bad he'll never see it because he's dead.
God.
Yeah, so
Drop.
let's go ahead and talk about his map since you brought it up. I'll tell the listeners what we're looking at, but it is a world map that we've been looking at, and you can see some ink marks where he's written names of towns that you've already stopped in, all the way north to the Tiger Folk Temple deep in the Jade Mist Jungle. Then you can see the little river crossing house on either side of the Jade Mist River. South of that, we were in Rivermore, the town built on top of the lake. And then Vindfell. Off to the side of the map, you'll see there's not a printed city for a settlement or a town. You see a little mark that Drop had made that says Hollow Pine. And then
That's
the
where we
red
met
X.
the old squirrel.
That's where y'all just came from, actually. That was the last kind of rest you guys had before you hit the road. So the red X is not there, but that is for you guys as players. Y'all are right on the D on Primal Lands. And you do see one interesting thing about
on the D.
Right on the D, on the tip of the D.
Right on the tip of the D.
See, one interesting thing on this little hand-drawn map is Drop had marked something called Trader, Trader, about half a day south of you guys. Yeah, not traitor, but Trader.
You knew there was a traitor? He kept going this way? Oh, man. He deserves to be dead. Oh my god.
And then the next big city that you see south of you, there's something marked Bargetown, which is just across
What's
the next
WR
river.
that's on the other side?
WR is Whitereed, REED.
So kind of
and then Bargetown. So you kind of got these twin cities near the river. 2 days travel about 50 miles south of you guys.
Okay. Cool. But there's a trader like the next day from us. A day's travel from us.
Yeah, 6 or 8 hours. It looks like it's off the road, maybe an hour or two. Drop has it marked similar to how he marked Hollow Pine marked. Finn, inside the cart, you're kind of rooting around for the first time ever in the cart, and you don't have Drop to get on to you. So let me just list out a bunch of stuff that you guys can find as you spend the next, however long searching around in the cart. You find a sending stone, which is where you received the message from the bog. So you've got a sending stone that you assume goes to the bog. You find 2 scrolls that appear to be magical. If you guys want to give an arcana or a religion check on those, I'm going to keep reading everything else.
Do I ever?
3 potions of healing, just basic potions. 140 gold. So you do find a little box that's locked with a latch. I'm not even going to dare make Finn do a strength check on anything, so you bust open into this little lockbox, and that's where you find 140 gold. You find various weapons, just basic stuff, nothing magical. It looks like some spears, daggers, a short sword. You find 1 extra set of leather armor. and a few random pieces of rolled parchment that don't look magical. Like if you look them over, they look like enlistment contracts for the Bog Army, something that you would have seen at some point. And that's about it inside the cart.
Okay. I rolled a 9 on my Arcana check.
Cecil, did you give me an Arcanic or religion?
I mean, yeah, if you guys want me to look at it. Let's see
Let's just
here.
take a look here. I assume that Finn is like throwing things out like spell scrolls.
Let me spit and shine that a little bit because it's a dirty 20.
Oh, yeah.
Not diggity.
I'm going to assume that Cecil made a religion check. Even better, you found 2 scrolls of mass healing word.
That seems good.
Oh, shoot.
3rd level spell.
Yeah. Sweet cedar. Those are mighty powerful healing scrolls. We probably could have used those.
Everything else in the rest of the cart is, clothing, bedrolls, tent supplies, that sort of thing. So you have enough to set up camp. You've got some dried meat, beef jerky type meat, and some berries and those sorts of things. So you just kind of have basic food, like emergency food, because he was planning to stop in all these towns every day or two. So y'all are rich for level 3 characters.
Rich bitch. I'm gonna get more wine. I'm drinking wine as to get me in the
In the Finn mood? I mean, the Freddy mood?
In the Freddy mood. I don't think it's worked yet, but it tastes good. So,
So, seeing as we're at a kind of interesting crossroads here, I'm not sure if both you as new recruits are still planning to head to the bog and join the military, but if you were willing to kind of split some of those funds in the carriage and I could find my own way back a little less shackled and a little more free, I don't know how you'd feel about that.
I have no qualms sending you on your way. The laws of man have always been
The laws of what?
the laws of animals.
You're still man, I think.
Yeah, I think you
Okay.
still say man. The laws of man have always been. It'll get translated in universe to the right phrasing.
Right.
The laws of man have always been a bit overly restrictive, if you ask me, and fairly arbitrary. So sharing a little bit of coin for you to make your own way, I'm fine with. But what would you do with your freedom?
I'd head back to Marge.
You'd head back to the bog.
Yeah, of course. That's where my wife is, and from what we heard, it sounds like something's going down.
But what if they find you and capture you?
I suppose I'll have a much better chance sneaking back in as a random refugee than arriving in a military cart.
Well, that's certainly for sure. Tell me, do you know anything of espionage or subterfuge or blending in?
No? If I'm being honest, I think I never really thought about it. Never really wanted to be anyone but me.
He looks at Finn, he looks back at Cecil, and he says, Cecil, what if I was to tell you that I do know a thing or two? And he does a little prestidigitation trick and makes his face like change colors to be like a gray and white fox instead of an orange faced fox, and like look fairly different.
Sweet cedar, that's impressive. How'd you do that? Is that a fox thing?
Well, teaching it would take a long time. However, something about your plight has plucked at my cold, hard heartstrings, and I have to say I'm inclined to help you. What do you say, Phineas? Help the man extract his wife from the bog, and maybe then say that he murdered Drop on the road and escaped away into the night?
What?
So, I've intentionally spent this entire time for weeks not thinking about what Finn would do, because Finn wouldn't be thinking about what he would do until it came to it.
Sure,
so
sure,
I
in the
started
moment. I
giving it a
love
lot
that.
of thought, and then I was like, I'm just going to stop thinking about it.
Yeah, it's method
Convenient.
acting.
So, as all this is transpiring, he has determined that Cecil is a worthy warrior, even if he's a little weak on his willingness to slay his enemies. And he goes, "Oh, y'all make this so complicated. We take the cart, we roll in, we pose as bog soldiers. We have all the necessary things here in the cart to pass any checks or stops or roadblocks or guard stations. We get inside and we find the little beaver's wife.
What do you say, Cecil? Sounds like as good a plan as any to me.
So, I guess I'm wondering. It seems like the Bog's military's got bigger fish to fry than me, and I was hoping if I made it back to Marge, that maybe we could just set back up what we were doing and keep doing the good work. But if I show up and am introduced and reminded to the military that this is a prisoner, I don't know if I'm ready to leave the Bog. There's a lot I don't like about it,
Well,
but it's home.
the specifics we can work out on the way there.
We can easily enough forge your name as another recruit on this paper as a different person.
Oh, that's true.
You'll not
Sign
be
you up.
re-entering the bog as Cecil. You'll be re-entering the bog as
Cecil.
Cecil.
Jesus Christ. No.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Okay.
has never been my name the entire time.
Yeah. Because I have disguised self, so I can straight up be Drop and just be coming back with 2 new recruits. You know, Cecil and Phineas.
I mean, you could be coming back with 2 recruits, Freddy and... Right? I could be
my God,
you.
yeah, you can just be Freddy. Yeah, can I check the paperwork and see if it recorded my race?
Yeah, you can. There is you did, and this is something we didn't go through.
Yeah, I don't like to do paperwork on screen.
Yeah, we're not going to role play our contract signing, but you did mark the bottom of your contract like with an ink blot of your paw, both Freddy and Finn.
Just make a new one.
Yeah, we can make a new one for Cecil, and yeah, they don't need to know that Freddy was ever recruited. I can deal with that after we get you to your wife. So, you know, I'm getting into Freddy mode, and Freddy is very much a just do the next thing in front of him. The whole reason he got recruited is because he saw an opportunity to get off the side of the road into this nice carriage, and then he saw another opportunity to become a bog soldier.
He's like falling into all these different things.
Yeah, so for him, he's like, now I get to go to the bog, which was what I wanted, but maybe not necessarily be, you know, indentured into this army,
Conscript.
which wasn't what he necessarily wanted. He was just looking for a way to get to the bog. In fact, he was kind of always thinking in the back of the mind, once he gets to the bog, he'll slip his contract and just, you know, one day disappear.
Finn left the Jade Mist Forest with the sole intention of traveling and seeing things and fighting new enemies and growing in power so that he could one day return as a formidable leader of his people. Doesn't really care what happens. He's going where the wind flows, and he thinks that helping Cecil reunite with his strange little wife that wants to take down the government is just as good as any worthy reason to continue forward. So he hops back up on top of the wagon.
Get to bash some heads.
Yeah, he hops back up on the wagon and just basically sits there as he's been doing for weeks now.
Yeah, I like the idea. Finn like doesn't care who's driving the wagon. He's like, this is what we're doing. I'm riding on this wagon.
Exactly.
Freddy will look up at
Yeah.
Phineas, and he'll look over to Cecil, and he'll look down at Drouse body and be like, well, he may not have been our closest friend, but I think the least we can do is give him a proper burial before we head on. And look around to see if there's like a shovel or any sort of digging implement in the wagon.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got all the stuff to set up camp, so you could find a little spade.
As a fox, he's an excellent digger.
Yeah,
It translates
Absolutely.
to using the shovel.
It
That's so
translates to being shovel skilled.
yeah. You're like in 3 times speed.
Yeah. He
Digging the
finds
grave.
like, yeah, it's like when a dog or a fox digs. I'm just like just like moving the shovel absurdly fast.
You guys
Dirt's
are in
flying everywhere.
a very interesting area, something that we didn't really get into, but there are these kind of old remnants of some ancient ruins. It's like you're in an
Okay, I saw
overgrown
this
city.
and wasn't like sure what exactly was going on here.
Seth mentioned a little bit in the recap, but there's like half of a marble tower structure like sticking out of the earth. Like it literally looks like an old ancient city was buried
Could I
by
do
the
like a
earth.
check to see if I know like what age it's from? Like we're in the third age, right?
Yeah, you're in the third age. Yeah, you could do a give me a history check.
Okay, let me see here. Still shit rolls all day. I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. Even with an 8, I will tell you that as you're walking around looking for a nice, pretty spot to bury drop, you notice that there's a lot of like old buried foundations and little parts of walls, and it looks ancient. I mean, some of the stuff that you can see are like bits of roofs, so it's like the earth has come up 8-10 feet since whenever the stuff was here. It's like old marble slabs.
Okay.
You almost can't tell that it's structures except for that it's in these sharp geometric shapes and
Right,
stuff.
right.
So it's pretty
Non-natural.
ancient.
Okay. So maybe first age.
Yeah. And you find a nice pretty spot with some trees and a hill that you can use your fox and digging skills if you want to give Drop a proper burial.
Yeah, nothing fancy. Just don't want him to be torn apart by buzzards and wolves.
Do the other guys help with that?
Yeah, I help. And then I prepare to give a little service after he's buried.
Ben hops down and grabs Drop by the ankle and just like you would just a small little twig off a tree, just drags Drop's large grunk body over to the hole.
Jesus.
What?
Just once we get them all buried, Freddy really doesn't know what to do, so he just kind of like stands back and clears his throat and like looks around.
Cecil grabs his holy amulet. It's like, Helm, watch over this poor soul and remind us all that we don't choose the circumstances of our birth. What we believe is ingrained in us by those around us, and what we are taught is true. It is only once we open our minds and realize the world is bigger than we know, and question the things we thought were rules, and realize they were always choices. Drop made his choices, and now he is dead. Rest in peace.
Do we say amen in D&D?
We can. It's not required. Amen.
I don't think that Freddy's very religious. He probably doesn't know what to say. He probably just kind of...
I was gonna say, Finn, quietly listens to everything and then lets out a just ear-cracking tiger roar. As Freddy and Cecil walk away, he splits the sound of the quiet night with his roar, as is tradition amongst the tiger folk.
I love that so much. I totally envision, like, can you imagine, like, all the tigers doing it at the same time? Oh, dude, that's good. I like that a lot.
As Finn lets out the roar, leaves from a tree above the grave fall down in the shape of an eye. Cecil catches a glance and has a little smile as it's kind of a sign of his god Helm acknowledging his prayer. And you guys can head over to the cart. Why don't you guys take a minute and plan your next step?
Yeah, this place is kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies, so I vote we push on and try to find this trader. Maybe it'll be a safe place. We can take some refuge, feel like we're not going to get randomly assassinated by purple worm venom. That's my vote. What do you guys think?
Sounds like a good plan. I'm a little too awake to go right back to bed.
Right. Yeah. Well then, Freddy'll hop up in the driver's seat. He's like, I can't lie, I've been waiting to do this. And he'll crack the reins.
And you head south. It's only we're gonna say it's about a 6-hour journey to where Durop had Trader marked on the map just off the road. And so it would be about 8 a.m. when you get there. You guys are a little sleepy.
Yeah, that feeling when you pulled an all-nighter and you're just like, you want to eat, but you're sick to your stomach, but you don't want to. Oh man, it's the worst.
I'm actually gonna do something here that we've never played around with. I'm gonna give you guys one level of exhaustion.
Oh,
Of
nice.
course. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it when we get to use mechanics.
Oh, wow. You might be the only one.
Let's just use the newest rule set for exhaustion, the 2024.
Which we're all really familiar with, but just for those at home.
So if you go on to D&D Beyond
Yep.
and you go under conditions, which if you're on a standard browser, which would be under your HP, there should be an option under conditions for exhaustion. At the very bottom, you're going to have 0 through 6. So we'll take first level exhaustion.
You click on it, it's got a drop down. It's good. It's got both. It has the new definition and the legacy definition.
We all know it, obviously, but tell us for the listeners.
One thing that we
Mhm.
didn't talk about on the other time when we got exhaustion is you lose 5 feet for every level of exhaustion on your movement, which sucks. And then -2 to all D20 rolls.
I mean, we
Yeah.
know. I already knew all that. But
Yeah.
the listeners,
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
right
it's weird
now?
that you're explaining it to us. You really should turn and face everybody listening and explain it. It's
This is
weird
just
that
for the
stop
listeners.
looking at us when you're talking.
I'm so confused.
we know the rules. We know all the rules. But the listeners may need a refresher.
All right. Just
Oh my
because
God.
nobody's
I don't
talking to
like
the
this
listeners,
I
those
don't like
listeners
this
at
bit at
home,
all.
if you get a level of exhaustion, you get a -2 to all of your D20 tests and a -5 feet to your
Thank
speed.
you.
I don't
Thank
like
you.
this bit. I want this bit to go away.
That's good for the listeners.
I kind of like that bit.
To the listeners at home, taking a long rest will remove one level of
Oh,
exhaustion.
God.
If you have more than one level of exhaustion, you'll need to take multiple long rests at the appropriate times to get it back down to 0.
You know what? Even some of the listeners might have already known that.
You have to take a long rest to get rid of an exhaustion, just so you're aware, Sam.
Hate
Well,
everything
Sam already
that's
knew,
happening
but the
right now.
listeners.
Oh, true. Sam already knew, yeah. We all
Sam
already
knew that. But the listeners are the ones who needed the refresher. We all knew that.
I don't understand the bit. I feel so lost.
The bit is there is a fourth wall between us and the audience, and you have to address them directly, or otherwise they don't get the information.
And we already know because we know all the rules by heart because we're professional podcasters. Possibly the listeners may need that refresher, but we don't because we haven't
Professional.
Yeah,
Y'all are
we
getting
don't.
paid
We
for
don't
this
need
shit?
Well, check us out. Patreon.com/loot dummies. That's
we're getting paid a little bit.
patreon.com/LOOT dummies.
Yes.
Yeah, we got
This is funny. I would listen to this and pay for it. This is funny. All right, can we fucking play the game?
Yeah, what is happening? We're going to the trader, and you said you were going to do something special. Oh, that was the exhaustion, which I didn't like to begin with, even though Alan liked it.
I love it. So, according to the map, the trader should be somewhere nearby.
Well, let's just hope he's friendly and not one of those traders that stands behind a locked door and makes you slip the money through the slot.
What kind of traders are you dealing with?
Never mind that. Let's see what we can find.
As you guys are rolling along and y'all are studying the map, everybody who wants to, give me a perception check.
Everybody who wants to, like anybody's going to turn that down.
Rocking a 10.
Ooh, 17, raw and wriggling.
13.
17. As you guys are rolling along this road, which is clearly marked, and you're looking at the map and you're kind of looking around thinking we must be getting close, you see a little path off to your left. It's overgrown. It's not large enough for the cart to fit through, but it is a path that you could probably walk down pretty easily. It looks heavily trodden, and you can hear the sounds of laughter and kind of raucousness, and you can smell the smell of some sort of meat stew off to your left.
Well, boys, I think this is it. Time to disembark. Horses, Well done, well. We'll unsaddle you here once we get back. Let's just go take a look. We might need to make a speedy exit. And, yeah, Freddy will disembark.
Freddie, you were driving. Finn, what were you doing?
Sleeping on the cart. Sleeping on top.
I'm going to give you a long rest.
Oh, hallelujah. Fuck exhaustion.
Cecil, what were you doing?
I think I was making conversation with Freddy to try to keep him awake.
I appreciate your honesty. So you guys start to move down this path. You're zigzagging through trees, and you notice to the east, to your left, as you move down this path, you see some smoke rising up from what appears to be a campfire. With the rolls that you already had, I'm going to tell you, Sam, Freddy notices amongst the kind of cheers and raucous fun and the laughing, you hear occasional screaming out like someone in pain. And so with you getting a chance to hear that, I'm going to give you a chance to kind of do something before you walk into this camp.
All right, boys, let's keep it tight. Sounds like there might be something a little bit less than savory afoot.
Oh gosh, I hope not. I'm not ready to fight this early in the morning.
Be about your wits, buddy. And I'll give him a little elbow pinch to wake him up.
Ben hops down from the cart looking absolutely fantastic.
Just ravishing.
Here's my question. How are you guys approaching this camp? So as you get close, you see kind of a thick line of trees. You can kind of see through the trees. There's a pond on the other side of the camp. In the camp, what you can see is a large roaring fire. Looks like a pot or something on top of it. See, I'm giving you the bare minimum because you haven't approached yet. You see some tents set up.
Yeah, I want to poke through I want to see if we can just kind of peek through the trees and see what we can see. Just watch for just a second and see if they're like murdering someone.
Okay. Do you want to do that stealthily, or do you want to make yourself known?
Yeah. No. I want to kind of just take a quiet peek.
Okay, so you guys kind of go up into this tree line, and everybody who's walking up into the tree line to get a good look at what you see, you give me a stealth check, and then also go ahead and give me like a perception check.
My stealth is 15. My perception is 21.
My stealth was 6.
Oh, with your modifiers?
Yep.
Okay.
Stealth was 12 with my modifiers.
Okay.
Perception 12 as well.
Go ahead and everybody give me a perception check. We'll do both.
Oh, my perception was bad.
It's 21.
21?
21 for my perception, yeah.
Yeah, mine was bad.
Okay. Cecil, as you look through the trees and you poke your head through, very sneakily, might I add, you were the kind of the stealthiest of everybody. You get a good look around this camp. You see right in the middle of the camp, near this roaring fire with a iron pot over it, some sort of delicious looking stew cooks, which you can smell. You see a raccoon folk lady. She's sitting on a crate. She's got a kind of like these fur robes wrapped around, almost kind of roguish dress. And you see on the front of her belt, she's got another raccoon tail pinned. So she's got like a tail in the front and a tail in the back. Way more obvious that you can all see. She's got on a long rope leash. She's got a wild boar. Mud all over him. This thick reddish fur. And on the ends of both of his tusks, he's got these little brass caps. And as you look more around the camp, you can see 4 other humanoids walking around. They look like maybe mouse folk or rat folk. And over near the pond that's just on the edge of their camp, in a cage, you see a little rabbit folk lady. And there are 2 rat folks like throwing rocks at her and laughing and carrying on as she kind of screams out. With y'all's stealth checks, you all see this raccoon folk lady snap her head in your direction. Oi, travelers,
Freddy will immediately step through the bushes and be like, "Oh, hello there! Hello! My name is Friendlin Cornelius. We are simple travelers on the road. We had heard that there was a delightful trader here that we could do business with."
Huh. Travelers. Lost?
"No, not lost, just on our way. Traveling from north to south, as it were."
Well, it appears you're lost because you're off the road.
"Oh, sure. We heard that there was fine goods to be had here, that there was a worthy trader."
Phineas catches up, and his enormous 7-foot frame comes into view behind Freddy and Cecil. And he's just kind of sniffing around. He smells meat.
She sniffs the air slightly and says, "You know what gives you away?" She taps her nose. "Soap."
Do we spot any more now that we're like in the camp proper, or does it still look like it's 4 of them plus the boar?
4 of them plus raccoon folk that speaks up and her boar, so 6 total, including the boar.
Oh shit! Okay.
You see a few horses over tied to a post near a cart, which looks similar to yours, and you can actually see some stuff like overflowing out of the cart, like looks like fine fabrics and other things kind of busting out of this cart.
Finn just strolls towards the simmering campfire, and can you tell me what these people are again? I've heard raccoon folk, but what else are they? There's
The
a rat
4
folk?
other people they look like, now that you kind of stepped into the campfire and you can see clearly, they look like rat folk.
Finn just strolls forward in full view, really unconcerned. He wasn't sure why we were creeping to begin with, because he's a weirdo. And he's just sniffing the air. He's not really listening to what anybody's saying. And he just goes, "Can I have some of that meat?"
Oh, certainly took a strange path if it's just for meat, but we'll see. Depends on how you behave.
I'm gonna behave hungry.
And I have to say, he's not very nice, Hungry. So best that we just do our trading right up front. As it were, we've got coin. We're just looking for a few simple supplies, provisions to get us on down the road, meat included for my large friend here.
Smooth talker. Name's Rika. Rika Two Tails.
Nice to meet you, Rika. I do like those 2 tails.
This here is Mudfoot.
Does he got mud on his feet?
Yeah, sometimes. Trade's what you're after, huh?
Yeah, starting out first. How much for what's on the spit there?
You see the rat folk all kind of look over and start laughing. She puts her hand up and they all instantly stop making noise. For you, 10 gold per bite.
That seems a bit steep. I was hoping for something a bit more reasonable. Perhaps you've got some raw meat we could cook ourselves. Save the cooking fee, as it were.
Follow me. She gets up off her crate near the fire and walks over to the cart behind her. The rat folk kind of all get a little bit closer to you.
Phineas will start heading that way, but kind of whisper to the other guys, like, "Let's stick close. I'm not sure these guys are the most honest of traders."
You do realize I can conjure food for us.
Yes, well, I'm just trying to break the ice. I was hoping a simple
Okay.
trade of meat would be a good start, but it seems
Got it.
like they're not super keen on trade. That, or they just really like their breakfast. I'm hoping for the latter.
They don't seem to match with the wagon's contents.
No, they certainly don't, and the fact that they have a prisoner is not helping the situation any. And I'm guessing if they're charging $10 per bite for food, purchasing of a slave might be a bit out of our price range.
Can we look over at the prisoner and see if we can discern anything about them?
Yeah. Everybody can give me an insight check.
22.
22. 22 is fitting because of your religious background. It's a rabbit folk woman that's in a cage, and she looks to be wearing some religious garb. You're not sure of what god it might be, but she's pretty beaten up.
She's not gonna end well. Man, I sure was hoping for a nice, kind trader to.
My naivety really thought it was going to be like, I don't know, some sort of,
Hey, it
like,
still might be.
well,
Yeah, it all depends on
that's
us.
not how they introduced themselves. I really thought they were going to be like, oh, welcome to Gormo's, home of the Gordo Gormo. Would you like to have a Gordo Gormo?
Got to keep you on your toes, Gordo Gormos.
The
Don't
fact
you want
that
a
they were
Gordo
like,
Gormo right now?
why are you here? But it's supposed to be like a trader is like,
Yeah, I've had so much wine. A Gordo Gormo sounds delicious. I don't even know what it is.
That sounds like something Taco Bell would have.
Taco Bell isn't good enough to have a Gordo Gormo. It's like a street truck. It's like a food truck.
Yeah.
Some sort of
You
like
ever had the Gordo Gormo?
some sort of 8-pound burrito. Oh, if you never had a Gordo Gormo.
Okay, so Phineas is going to say, what'd she do?
Don't worry about it. You want to trade or you want to talk?
Is she for sale? Might I ask?
She grins. Everything's for sale.
I'll give you 15 gold for her.
It's going to cost you more than that.
Finn strolls over to the cage.
Check her out, Finn. Is she as weak as she looks from here?
Is she special?
Yeah, she's special. She's ours. Makes us special. Now, you want to trade or what?
What do you see, Finn? Is she worth more than 15?
She's not really worth anything. Looking close to dead.
Please. She looks at you with a pleading look.
See my friend here, Phineas. He's got the best eyes. He says she's not worth anything. She's about dead. Sounds like I need to drop the price down. Maybe 12 gold?
Rika reaches down towards a weapon on her hip.
Oh, hey, no need for that.
You think you're funny?
No jokes here. Oh, I've thrown out a price. You clearly don't seem to like it. What do you say? You toss one out. I'm sure we can find a middle ground somewhere.
Yeah. Prisoner's not for sale right now.
Can Phineas and Cecil make a perception check? I know it's a really weird request, but can I ask that they do that?
4.
Well, if they don't succeed, I don't want to tell them because it might throw their
17.
player off.
17.
We both got 17s.
They both know that there's a dagger inside of the cane that Freddy carries around. You can say whether or not they notice with the 17, but Freddy has started to pull the dagger out of the cane.
So I was just about to say that maybe I should go get some of the things that we're willing to trade from the cart. I bought some of my stuff.
You stay here, friend Cecil. Phineas is afraid Cecil's going to abandon them. He's got abandonment issues.
Nobody's leaving this camp. You guys are acting squirrely. And you see the rat folk start to kind of squeeze in a little tighter.
So Finn says, "What's your name, little girl?"
Name's Margaret. Margaret. I'm from Whitereed.
Did you steal something from these people?
No. I've never stolen anything in my life. Please.
Why are you in there? Don't you want to be out here?
Yes, please. They took me. Near Whitereed, I was just gathering flowers. Please, these are bad people. Please.
Phineas looks over at Cecil and goes, "I'm sorry, old man." And he swings his jade claw right into the side of the rat's head.
Freddy pulls his dagger out and lunges towards Rika Two Tails.
You couldn't let me go get the scrolls from the cart.
And we are going to roll initiative next time on the Loot Dummies podcast.
Beautiful.
I was like, wow, actually, we are at a disadvantage, but we do have those massively powerful scrolls that we left in the
Well,
car.
hold on. Did you
Wait,
leave
they're
them
not
in the
in your
car,
inventory?
or did you add them to your pouch? I don't know. I feel like there's some retconning there that's reasonable.
That's metagaming because I
Yeah.
for sure left them in the car.
Oh, okay,
That's
fair
fair.
enough.
I will say traditionally we divvy out anything like a moment like that and apply it to our inventories. So I also assumed that y'all had applied it to your inventories.
Yeah, we didn't talk through it, but
I
That's
mean, I would
fair.
leave it up to you guys. Alan says he left them. He left
Then
them.
we
yeah,
left
if Alan
them.
says he left them, we left them. Yeah, because we didn't divvy up the potions.
To be fair, you search the card at 2 a.m. It's 8 a.m. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah.
hasn't been like a long passing of time. So I don't know that you would have everything divvied. So
Yeah,
that was awesome. That was really fun.
Yeah, thanks.
that
That
was
was a
very
good one.
fun. I don't like these guys at all. I'm glad we're fucking them
No.
up.
Very rarely do any of our characters swing first. But
Yeah, but these guys are nasty boys. I don't like
Yeah.
them.
I wanted to build an encounter where it's truly up to the way y'all play it. Obviously, I was kind of baiting you with the sweet little prisoner and this
they're
and that, you know.
dudes, right? Yeah, you set it up as
Yeah.
bad as it could be. Yeah, no, I like it because you know, there is a world where Freddy does
I
his
think Freddy
trades
might
and
just do the
leaves.
trading and leave.
Yeah,
I think
He-
if it was
I
just
think Cecil
Freddy,
could have done that too.
Yeah, if Freddy could get a trade that got her out of it, he definitely would, right? He would work as many angles as he could, but the only reason he was leaning towards fighting is because he knew Phineas was probably leaning that way already, and he didn't want to be on his back foot, you know.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Really good.
if it was a bunch of rabbit folk in religious garb who had a devious rat folk who is spewing atrocities in a cage, Finn might pause and be like, "Okay, I'm sure that you know he might
He probably
make
did
a
something.
right or wrong." I'm not saying that's even right, but the character Finn would be like, I don't know, but when he sees this setup specifically, Finn's gonna go, the strong aren't supposed to pick on the weak; they're supposed to defend the weak.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why are y'all throwing rocks at her? You already got her in a cage. It's not even necessarily that he has an issue with somebody taking a prisoner. If that's their business, but
Right.
the whole thing together is just
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't like this.
Just doesn't sit right.
That
with
was
me.
really fun. I like y'all stuff. I would have never guessed in all my prepping that you would like want to bury Drop and all that. That was interesting.
Yeah,
Freddie
Finn-
always had a weak spot for Drop though. Freddie liked Drop.
There was something about Derop that he
The poshness.
I don't know if it was the poshness so much as I think that Freddy kind of envied Drop. Like Drop had
He's got this position.
he had a position, he had a loyalty,
respect.
he had respect, he had a title, and like in a way, Freddy was jealous of that. But like, you know, he doesn't want all the baggage that it comes with, but he was jealous of this
He's
just
like,
kind of
oh,
like
how neat! This people answer to this guy.
yeah, and how easy he
Yeah.
has it, you know, like things just come to him.
Oh,
He can just,
he's well paid, and
He's
how did he figure
well-paid.
this scheme out?
yes, to him, he's cracked the ultimate scheme, an occupation.
Oh, he's got a scheme.
He's
He
what a brilliant
doesn't
scheme.
work hard. Oh, he's a man of leisure. Every time
Yeah.
we get to a city, he just kind of lazes around, but he's well paid and he's in charge of people. Freddy's like, this is the goal here.
yeah, this is perfect. So
Well, and
yeah,
for
no,
Finn, the only thing that could have garnered even a small modicum of respect from Finn was Drop dying in a martial fashion.
Right. That was a cool, yeah. You respected him once he was killed in battle.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
the
that's cool,
lowly
too.
form of battle, the cowardly form of battle that he was killed in is something that pisses Finn off.
Assassination, sneaky assassination, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very fun. That was awesome, guys. Y'all professionals as always.
Professional.
Thanks for joining us, Alan.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely,
Thanks for the
man.
invite. I love when we do this.
Well, good.
We're gonna at least do one a month. So I will be reaching out, but I'm back on a schedule on Patreon, so we will at least be putting out one a month. And yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Good night.
All right, bye,
Oh my
guys.
God.
Good night.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week to find out what happens to our party. Join us at patreon.com/lootdummies to listen to these episodes significantly earlier and get other goodies, including 3D printed miniatures and access to our Discord.
Fiddling around with stuff.
There he is.
Rembrandt.
Butter and bread.
Man, you missed a lot of furry conversations.
That's okay.
You're like, I'm.
You sound good.
That's okay.
So clear.
It's you know what? Here's the thing. Of all the things that one could be, that's it.
That's what we said.
That's what we said.
Not that bad.
It's like,
It's one of them.
you know, there could be a lot worse things.
I mean, statistically speaking, one of us might be.
Statistically, but not
Is
realistically.
it 25% of people are
No.
furries?
That would be wild
Absolutely
if
not.
1 in 4
Would be
people
an
do that.
insanely
25
massive
to 30.
number.
25
No.
to 30%.
No, it's got to be like 3% of people.
What if that?
Oh,
what
I was
if
gonna
that
say
was
less
real?
than 1%.
What if that
At a
was
party
real?
of 10 people, 2 are just talking about like furry
What?
stuff.
No, that would be 20%.
What did we
No.
say? 1 in 4. Oh, so 2
Yeah,
and a
1 in 4
half
would be
people.
25%. No. Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, like 2%.
2 people and 1 curious person.
Yeah.
Very curious.
He's just leaning and listening.
Oh my god.
What has happened? Y'all have derailed.
Oh, you have no idea. We
So
got
I'm
deep
ready
into it. We got
to
real.
have a character moment if you guys are ready.
Please, dude.
I'm
Please.
so ready for that. Bring Cecil in.
And